So with all this new information being shared about Ghost Recon Breakpoint, one of the major new additions that I feel needs more attention is the strong survival aspect the game is introducing. See, aside from the new injury system and the bivouac that was briefly touched up on, not much else was really said about that during the stream. Things like being able to drink water, creating boosters with plants spread through Aurora, and creating rations are some things I feel you guys need to hear about to really understand how crazy this is all going to be. So of course, like always, let's waste no more time and let's get right into the video. First off, let's touch on the new injury system that is being introduced. In the alpha gameplay footage that was shared, we got a brief look at all three stages of the new system. That being stage 1, which is limping, second stage, slow walking, and third stage, barely walking with nothing but pistol out. Along with that, we also got to look at the healing system, bandages for minor wounds and syringes for the more serious stuff. On the screen right now, I'll be showing a message that was posted on the UB blog by the developers about some of the more serious injuries that can occur. It says, in Breakpoint, an injury isn't simply a hit to your health. You can incur semi-permanent wounds that can severely impact your gameplay if not treated. And these wounds can only be healed outside of battle. Taking a bullet in the leg or falling down a slippery slope can impair things like movement and aim. And an injured ghost won't last long against the wolves. Injuries also tie closely to another new survival mechanic, the new ability to carry bodies. When playing in co-op, an injured ally can leave the team vulnerable and will need to be carried to a safe location, like behind cover or away from the battle entirely, before they can be healed. This same mechanic also applies to fallen enemies who can now carry out of sight to avoid hostile detection and preserve your stealthy approach. Now, one of the most interesting things mentioned in this post is the fact that some injuries can be semi-permanent, requiring you to head out of combat in order to heal the injury. If you guys remember during the alpha gameplay walkthrough, at the very end a scene is shown where someone is removing a bullet from their leg. This could be the animation of such a new feature. But you see, the best part is the injury system doesn't even stop there. See, these are all injuries that were to happen in the case that you were being shot at, but the item itself can now also seriously injure you. Things like exhaustion, dehydration, fatigue all can affect you. Here's another post from one of the devs. It says, exhaustion and injuries will be real threats, so you won't be sprinting up every mountainside or down every slope you encounter. If you want the tactical advantage of higher ground, you'll have to weigh the cost. Trudging uphill exhausts your stamina and slows your movement, and you won't recover until you take the time to slow down, rest, or drink water. Likewise, sprinting down a hill, especially a muddy one, can cause you to fall, resulting in possible injuries or detection by enemies. So as mentioned, each terrain will have a major impact on how you play and travel around the island. And yes, water was indeed mentioned in that, which leads me now to the bivouac. On the screen right now, I'll be showing you a post explaining exactly in detail what the bivouac is. It says, however you decide to tackle an objective, you'll need to make sure you're properly prepared beforehand. That's where the bivouac comes in. The bivouac is a temporary camp where you can change your class, customize your loadout, heal your injuries, and craft supplies like rations and bandages that you can share amongst squad mates. Additionally, you can gather food, plants, and water throughout Aurora that can give you a temporary gameplay buff if you eat or drink them at the bivouac before tackling missions. Finding those resources through hunting and water collection will be imperative to make sure you're as prepared for a fight as possible. Bivouac will also allow you to break camp under the time of day and weather conditions of your choice. You can sneak into an enemy base under the cover of darkness and rain, or go in guns blazing underneath clear blue skies. Honestly, the level of detail they're going with this is absolutely insane. But honestly, in my opinion, it's kind of necessary to add that sense of suspense as the lone wolf, especially while you're being hunted. Now, to be fair, I'm pretty sure that a lot of these things weren't actually covered during the stream because this is something that they're kind of holding back on for hopefully maybe to show it on E3. But really, I'm making this video because I want you guys not only to be informed on the survival aspect of what's going on within Breakpoint, but I also want to hear some opinions on how you guys feel about this. I find it extremely interesting that they've kind of grabbed mechanics from Far Cry, kind of grabbed mechanics from The Division and, Rainbow Six Siege, and kind of brought it all over to Ghost Recon and sort of manipulated it to its own way to kind of fit in the Ghost Recon world. Now, of course, this is just my opinion. I am very curious to read some of the comments on this video, since like I said at the start of the video, this is a topic that I feel like not a lot of people even know. I know that I have mentioned water and, you know, gathering supplies and stuff like that to a couple of individuals, and they weren't even aware of this. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all types of Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint content. In the description, I will have a link to the UB blog post so that you guys can go and check it out for yourself. There is a couple of other information on there as far as like the co-op. They even speak a little bit about the classes, which I will have a video coming out soon on that. But anyways, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. So like always, I will see you guys in the next one.